The nation's leaders have agreed to toughen gun laws and tighten gun ownership after last night's attack in Bondi. The Prime Minister convened National Cabinet in the worst of circumstances as he faces criticism for failing to keep Australia's Jewish community safe. Here's National Affairs correspondent Jane Norman.
Silent and solitary at the site of the bloody attack, the Prime Minister stands firm in the face of terror.
We refuse to let them divide us as a nation.
Anthony Albanese moving swiftly, boosting funding for security to keep Jewish Australians safe and putting tougher gun laws on the table. National Cabinet agreeing to consider limiting the number of firearms a person can own, curbing open-ended gun licences and restricting gun ownership to Australian citizens.
Licences should not be in perpetuity.
But amidst the unimaginable horror comes deeper questions over how this happened.
Your government did nothing to stop the spread of anti-Semitism in Australia. You did nothing to curb the cancer cells that were growing inside your country.
Israel's leader weighing in from afar as pressure builds at home.
We've seen a clear failure to keep Jewish Australians safe.
The opposition wasting no time, reviving its criticism of Labor and its handling of a surge in anti-Semitic attacks since October 7 sparked the war in Gaza.
We have a government that sees anti-Semitism as a problem to be managed, not evil that needs to be eradicated.
The government is yet to respond in full to a report it commissioned to combat anti-Semitism. Its author now telling the Prime Minister to get on with it.
This event yesterday, I think, just highlighted the fact that the hateful words that we've seen over the last year has progressed to hateful action.
This nightmare will prove a defining moment for Anthony Albanese's Prime Ministership. He'll almost certainly score some quick wins on issues including gun reform. The big states are already on board. But the harder part is yet to come, with calls inside Labor ranks for a deeper cultural reckoning.
Are we minimising and were we justifying attacks on Jewish community and Jewish people? This is something that, especially on the progressive side of politics, we need to confront head on.
For now,
This is a moment for national unity.
taking stock of a moment
It's just horrific.
that'll change Australia. Jane Norman, ABC News, Canberra.
So despite his swift action on gun laws, the Prime Minister will have to confront some tough questions. Here's national political lead David Spears.
The Prime Minister is trying to deal with a nation reacting with a combination of shock, grief, soul-searching and anger. This horrific shooting spree targeting Jewish Australians has raised difficult questions. How could this level of hatred and anti-Semitism in Australia come about? And are the tough gun laws the nation prides itself on tough enough? On gun laws, Anthony Albanese moved with urgency, convening a national cabinet meeting where late today state, territory and federal leaders agreed to work on options including limiting the number of firearms an individual can hold and whether Australian citizenship should be a prerequisite for owning such a weapon. On anti-Semitism, though, the Prime Minister was more defensive, listing the steps the government's already taken and announcing some further supports for the Jewish community. Not enough, though, to satisfy critics, including the opposition, which says Labor should have done more already. Even the government's own anti-Semitism envoy is frustrated at the pace of action. The Prime Minister hopes that national unity and harmony will emerge from this moment of darkness. There's a risk, though, that this could lead to an even more polarised political debate.